day, good people on their fine day. Year of the Paradigm. You can't really see it, Toon Link, but he's down here. There we go, Dave, Bravo Dave, Kafka, Anomaly, the Anomalacars. You know me as the man who is higher in the sky today. So I've been meaning to do this for a minute. I have this standing desk, and I've had this standing desk for a long time. I've never stood for a recording. And I was like, what's gonna be the best place to just try this? So I said, you know what? Let's do a Rebllion in the sky. Because I feel like, you know, there's more energy, there's more flow room when I'm standing up. That being said, let's talk about tonight's show. In the main event, let me talk to you. We're gonna have Makoto Naegi watching from the background, watching from all over the place, because tonight is a 10-person Gauntlet Eliminator to see who will face him at Inferno, Scars, and Stripes. In, I guess, less than 2 weeks' time at this point, the winner of this Gauntlet Eliminator match will go one-on-one with Mr. Naegi, and it'll be a fantastic time. That being said, let's take one more step back, because also defending her championship at Scars and Stripes, it will be Yuri. We know she's in a regular Gauntlet match. She'll either be coming out second, third, or fourth, because Hina will be coming out first, and Hina will be coming out last. Panette will be coming out first, thanks to what just happened this past Friday at the Fracture 2nd Anniversary Fatal 5-Way match. The other three, Rinkah and Neo and Yuri, all face off tonight in just a regular triple threat match. So we'll see how it all plays out for them. Akechi also just returned, and we gotta talk about Mr. Akechi, because I don't know if you remember this, but before he got destroyed by Uncle Iroh, he did kind of leave some traumatic memories and marks after an attack on poor Guinea Boy. That is what riled Iroh up more than anything. Tonight, Gin, who still wears those gauze around his arm to say, hey, I'm still safe from that attack, wants to get that mental block off. In an attempt to do that, he goes one-on-one tonight with Akechi. How will that turn out? We will see. As we go on, we also have a tag team match. Team 1, who dominated at the 2nd Anniversary, are going up against a team I don't think they've ever faced 2-on-2. Cassius Bright and Kaito Momoto. Cassius, who's been on the roll of a lifetime. Kaito, who also did pin Uncle Iroh not too long ago. Never got a championship match out of it, but gotta keep that in the back of our minds. We'll also be hearing from Shin. We'll be hearing from Sayaka and Deity Miku, but to kick off the show, you know what it is. It is a steel cage match. It will be Dusk versus Mikan, one-on-one after what happened just recently. And after an entrance music change, which I almost forgot about, it is time to get the show on the road. It is Dusk, it is Mikan. They're going one-on-one, and it's happening right now. And I'm totally ready to do so. Yes, I am. I am ready to do so. Kind of, sort of, almost. Yes, I am, as the stars go. Black. Alright, let's do this. I need to stand up. I got some energy this time. And out first, for the first time, competing on Rebllion, I think? Oh, hold on, that's kind of a banger, though. Dusk. Just this past Rebllion, I guess this past Sunday, we could even say that. This past Sunday, Nahida tried to connect, get some answers out of the Aswang, because there's a lot of people calling for that thing's head. Nahida wants to make sure that we're not making any mistakes. But at this point, a lot of people are still wondering, is it even worth it at this point? Is that thing worth saving, or is it beyond saving? She looks to find out at some point, but tonight, Dusk wants to get her hands on Mikan. Because during that exchange, it seemed like Nahida was getting somewhere, but Mikan yanked Dusk from outside of the ring. I guess from outside, yes, then to outside of the ring. And gave a kill shot, essentially, slashing the throat and saying, hey, take out that radish. And there she is right now. Hey. dirty and downright despicable at this point. Let's talk about Mikan. Mikan has been, well, to put it lightly, a sack of trash and garbage. Really, she's been on the downward trend in terms of changes and being not so great since cashing in her golden ticket and failing against one of the greatest AWE champions of all time, maybe even a future 4-time AWE champion in Hina, as she's fighting for that championship at Scars and Stripes this coming Friday after this one. Next Friday, I guess we can still just say next Friday, is what I'm talking about. Anywho, let's look at Mikan. She is, She's certainly something. What I gotta say is, she's a sneaker, and for some reason it does seem like she is in control of this Aswang Jacob thing, but we're making sure that that thing can't get interrupted, and there's a fair one-on-one match as Dusk out the gate hits a nice clothesline. Mikan trying to capitalize and does a deep arm drag and goes into a roll-up on a Dusk early. But not even a 1 count. Remember, referee is outside of the ring, so it's going to be a little bit harder for them to get their counts. They're going to have to yell their counts, essentially. That's why it takes them a little bit longer. But right now, though, Dusk trying their hardest to get a little mount of revenge from what happened this past week. Still not even a 1 count. Referees, I don't know what they're doing this time. If you don't remember, and we might have shown it, honestly, just recently. On the screen below, what happened was, as the kids say, Mikan dragged Dusk out of the ring, put them through the announcer's table, and then finished off by hitting a skull-crushing finale onto Nahida. Everybody booed, just like they have with Mikan for quite a bit of time right now. But if I'm going for a very unbiased take, she has been sneaky. And this sneaky Mikan might be better for her career than the regular one, not for nothing. In this attire, or I guess in this, I don't even want to call it a persona. I'm not sure what's going on with Mikan exactly. Whatever's going on with her, it sucks. As she's trying to get the better of Dusk today. Whatever's going on with her, nobody likes it. Not a single soul likes it. So why is she still doing this? Under this persona, she was able to claim the tables championship, but it got taken real quick, right quick, shortly afterwards by Genocide Jack in her return, when she was taking some much-needed time off after seeing what Mikan's become because of it. Jack, honestly, low-key putting some of the blame on herself, saying, okay, maybe we shouldn't have ganged up against her, but look at this. Mikan not trying to escape the cage, no, instead going for a big missile drop kick to Dusk. Dusk starting to feel the effects of this matchup so far, but a sneaky roll-up. Still not even one. At this point, I feel like they're going to have to hit a signature at this point. This is going to be a long, arduous brawl. Couple more kicks. Backhand. And now stomping away and kicking away, and more importantly, on Dusk. Look at this. The disrespect. The audacity, the audacity that this Mikan has jumping over at Dusk and still trying to put Dusk away. But I'll tell you what, neither of them have a signature right now. But what Dusk does have is Mikan's knee right in their face. Not looking too good, not for nothing. Hold on a minute. Couple shots to the gut. Mikan now does have that signature. Maybe thinking about turning Dusk around. No, has Dusk by the throat. And slams Dusk back and neck first. And looking to put Dusk away with something. Not really sure what Mikan does from this little area, but it looked like a punt kick right to the nose of Dusk. That's a 1. But it's just 1. Slow counts. Steel cage. It is an arduous arduous match. Oh, look at this. Hold on. The combinations kick to the back of the head. Turned around. Thought we might have been seeing the skull-crushing finale, but look at this. Wrenching and tearing away at the flesh around the eyes of Dusk. There's no disqualifications, but that's just bad manners. Oh, no. I'm not sure what just happened there. I'm gonna be real with you. I look like gravity won't vibing today, if I'm gonna keep it a buck. Oh, man. Mikan has been in control for a little bit. Dusk is gonna need some some high effort to come back from this, and that reversal might be the start of that comeback. Turning Mikan around. Knee to the face. I've been told very recently, and by I've been told, I mean I made the match. I've made the match official. It will be Mikan, oof, and the Aswang against one last time the pyrotechnics together. It's been like 2 years since they wait. Hold on a minute. Look at this peek at that senton from the top rope. Mikan able to stand back up. Dusk may have been looking for that DSC, but instead, skull-crushing finale connects, bouncing Dusk head on the mat. That's one. Yo, did y'all see that was just one? Did y'all, I saw it. Did y'all see it for just one? That's crazy. Crazy work. Let's focus back in. Mikan with a couple of heavy shots over and over again right to Dusk head. And still trying to wear Dusk out, using the lights to try and choke Dusk out. Mikan, I will say, has been in full control, but there it is! Deadly Sin Contract DSC, but still just for one. This is going to be a long bout. From what I've heard, that's exactly what Dusk wants. But the match does indeed still roll on. Big chop. Heading to the other side of the ring, looking to run at that single leg dropkick with Mikan, I think, pushed the foot out of the way. Up on the shoulders, Mikan, a couple of shots to the head over and over again. 2 shots real quick. Into the ropes. Oh, went for a clothesline. Thought they caught Mikan, but instead Mikan able to clutch up, reverse, turns around. Ooh, diving headbutt. Oh, man. That's a targeted attack. That's a targeted potential concussion. That's 1. That's 2, and that is the kick out, and I think that was resiliency. This is starting to look worse for wear for Dusk. The thing is, Mikan, as much as her winning record doesn't look like it's too good in her favor. The one thing she does have is a lot of ring experience, but look at this. Dusk trying to mount a comeback, catches the foot, sweeps the leg, and Dusk out on top of this has now worked up a signature maneuver. If they're able to hit it, climbs up to the top rope, middle rope actually. Calling for Mikan. I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna see here, but whatever it was, Mikan stepped out of the way, climbs to the top rope. Oh, but Dusk was right there, able to, tried to hit Mikan down, but Mikan stepped out of the way, a step too fast, up and down. Up and over, and oh my gosh, wait a minute. Mikan is stunned right here, right now. DSC, Deadly Sin Contract, and that's a pinfall, ladies and gentlemen. That's 1, that's 2. That was not resiliency. You have got to be kidding me. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. I can't believe that wasn't resiliency. Senton by Dusk, keeping the pressure on. Gotta say, I have no idea what we're about to see here. And on the middle rope. Went for a big splash, but getting carried and scoop slam. Mikan going to the corner. If Mikan gets there, we might be seeing that punt kick again. Ladies and gentlemen, Dusk might be a goner. Mikan going back to the corner again. Yeah, having all these corner moves. Classic Mikan L. It is a classic Mikan L. Ducked out of the way. Deadly Sin Contract out of nowhere. No resiliency. You don't think? 1, 2. Just stolen. Let's go. Let's go. Rebllion and what we thought, admittedly, a match that Mikan was about to pick up. Look at this. Mikan styled on Dusk there. Jumped off of the ropes, hit a missile drop kick. A lot of these highlights are going to be all Mikan. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Mikan was in control for most of this matchup, but Dusk was able to power through, found that moment, turned around, got that skull-crushing finale. The first of many big moves by Mikan, but the first time that DSC connected, Deadly Sin Contract tried to connect with it again right here and did, but this was the shock of a lifetime as Mikan was able to kick out of this thing at 1, at 2, not 3, and not resiliency. Here's the big picture item though. Missed that move directly into Deadly Sin Contract, and into the pinfall. Mikan this time did not have resiliency, had nothing to back her up, and a W at the end of the day for Dusk. Dusk gets retribution from last week in the steel cage match. A big W on the part of Dusk. What a showing. Congratulations, a big congrats at this point. Not for nothing, because I thought that was cooked. I thought Mikan had that thing at this point, but it all changed with one DSC. Once again, congratulations to Dusk. Good start. Very good start to the show, not for nothing, but give me my stars real quick. And let's get out of here. We have kicked off our show, and hopefully whatever's going on in the back is going on in the back. For right now, though, hey, I'm gonna let our let our stage crew clear the ring real quick, but we do have Miss Sayaka Maizono, our AWE All-Star Champion, coming out to talk to Miku as they prepare for their one-on-one match this next Tuesday at Scars and Stripes. So, without further ado, I think we gotta get in there, don't we? We gotta get in there. Hold on, let me check my phone. No, we are still waiting. We're still waiting for the ring crew. I guess a little bit of a tick-tock. I guess in the meantime, I can tell you guys that you can go in the description below and probably maybe in the pinned comment right here, right now to go and check it out. Check what out, you might be saying? Check out OC Revolution submissions. They will be closing at the end of this month, and now I'm realizing the end of this month is quickly approaching. So, get ready, get set, get in there. Yeah. I think that's about it in terms of AWE news. We're about to be really on the road to AV Mania. So many championship matches are about to be on the line coming up soon. But for right now, especially with that from the ring crew, it is time. It's time to get up. It's time to go forward, and it's time right here, right now, to hear from Deity Miku and to hear from Sayaka Maizono. They're going one-on-one. But tonight, let's see what they gotta say as the stars go black. Well, let's talk about it. Actually, interestingly enough, I was expecting Sayaka to come out. Sayaka was supposed to come out first. Now that I'm looking at it, this is a little odd. In retrospect, because you know that certainly isn't Sayaka Maizono. Now I expected Miku to come out. They were supposed to have a conversation about their championship match, kind of build some hype for their encounter. But Sayaka was supposed to start this thing. Our champion was supposed to come out here first. You know what I'm saying? But Miku is here instead. Your guess is as good as mine, but I can still talk about Miku and how she got here. First and foremost, let's talk about it. She and the Raiden Shogun both have history with Sayaka, and we talked about it before. They have essentially completely opposing histories. It is the two sides of a coin. One that Sayaka can't get the one-up on, and one that honestly Sayaka just kind of embarrassed, thoroughly thrashed. And became the god Sayaka, which was crazy. Honestly, Sayaka's whole aura started because she took out Miku so quickly, which is kind of wild. Kind of wild and crazy, kids, when you think about it. Interesting. But when someone gets that much aura, you know, for every action there's an equal but opposite reaction. Miku, her aura was essentially sucked down the drain because she had this aura, this kind of mysterious aura after just becoming a deity via experimentation from Dottore. And denies that, you know, we thought, oh god, this is what is going on here, but I guess we're about to find out what Miku has to say first. I guess. Right? Yeah, exactly. Destroyed her career. What's going on between us ends for good. And Sayaka literally wasting no time right after that, not letting Miku get another word in. Crazily enough. This is what I was expecting to see immediately. I expected to see our AWE All-Star Champion to start this thing off. Not for nothing. She's enjoying it. Not for nothing, she is enjoying being All-Star Champion, saying, hey, I'm freaking Sayaka Maizono. Lo and behold, there she is, the AWE All-Star Champion. You know, I got mixed feelings about old Sayaka Maizono, but it is what it is. Let's see what she has to say, I suppose, as we come to terms to see what they're about to talk about. So what do you want to talk about, I guess, is the real question. Right, fair enough. Oh my gosh. You'd actually have to matter to me? That's crazy work. Yo, even saying their title match doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. If anything, that only fired Miku up a whole bunch more. To finally put all the voices to rest, Miku is close to... I'm sorry? That is one half of the AWE Tag Team Champions. And the Royal Rumble winner. I assume maybe that's more so what this is about, but what is Burnus doing out here? Burnus is literally... Okay, well, fair enough. I wasn't expecting to see her at all. The old I'm watching closely, baby. That is... Ooh, wait a minute, hold on. I didn't even have a chance to process that for a second. You don't matter to me either is crazy. Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, no matter what, Sayaka has at least one title match at AV Mania. She got the most eliminations in the Rumble. Riding the coattails. Dang, and then walked out on him is crazy, dude. Sayaka makes her point known. She did get most eliminations at the Rumble. In fact, here, give me those stars. Wow. Wow. Sayaka revealing with admittedly shocking, the shock of the century. I guess eagle-eyed people would have found out Sayaka had the most eliminations in the Rumble. So she's known for a while that she's already AV Mania bound. Also AV Mania bound from the Rumble match is the Iron Woman, who is Kiku Sarah from the OCs. Lasted longer than anybody in that Rumble. On the other hand, Kyutaro, most eliminations will be going to that AV Mania ladder match. And I think, interestingly enough, with the men's, it's two people who have both been in the ladder match because of the Rumble before. Fulgent lasted the longest this time. So I gotta say, they might both be Mr. Rumble. Kyutaro more out there saying, yeah, I'm Mr. Rumble. Fulgent saying, oh yeah, I know what a Rumble's all about. That's kind of crazy. So we do kind of have to keep that in mind because AV Mania is right around the corner. Sayaka, however, kicking off that conversation saying, I'm already AV Mania bound. And there is a train of thinking, a line of thought where she could walk out of AV Mania with both world titles. But she's gonna have to get through Miku to do it. Her saying it's not the end of the world if I lose, but if you lose, it's everything. It might be your spot at AV Mania. A lot of pressure on Miku, but Sayaka saying, hey, even if you beat me, I still might walk out as a world champion at AV Mania 4. Crazy work. That's the future. I guess the now is we got a tag team match that's about to be on our hands as I grab this controller real quick. It will be Team WAAAAAAAA going toe-to-toe with the boys in Kaito Momota and Cassius Bright. 2-on-2. And that match starts as the stars go. There we go. As the stars go. They're going, they're here. The stars, they go black. It is Team WAAAAAAA, and after this past Friday at the 2nd year anniversary of Fracture, they proved why they are on top. And they have admittedly been on top since February, since the fight before Christmas. Will not have to defend the championships at Scars and Stripes. They've defeated some of the biggest names in the tag team division. A couple of boys who often work together, and Kaito and Cassius were not a part of that match. They look to try and get the job done against the tag team champions today, and who knows, if they win tonight, they might be in discussion for a tag team title opportunity. I know there are a couple other teams that are lurking. I know Pai and Mondo trying to focus in and heal up after the attack from the Aswang, because I'm sorry, I got PTSD for a second. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It is Kaito. Awesome. I wanted to keep it a buck with you mainly because the last time we heard that song, R-Truth came out and was just rapping, people over there, what's up? If you feel me, say what's up? And I was losing my stuff. And then he beat Kratos. That being said, it is actually Kaito Momota here tonight. Not a father. So it makes much more sense why he's coming out tonight, and he's scheduled. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm excited, to say the least. This match could cook. We have, oh yeah, a changed man. Has very recently pinned Uncle Iroh, has been a little bit lower on the radar, knows that I guess he had a championship #1 contenders match. Cassius Bright ended up being the one who won that thing. I think actually was the one who made Kaito tap out. I think. I think that might have been the case. Regardless, though, tonight they have to work together. I know that there's no bad blood between them, essentially. And I'm excited to see what they can do together in tag team action. They've teamed together, I think, on really like 3 occasions. But only one time, really. Or I guess 2 times, really, when they were really at their peak of, hey, we're buds, let's get this right. They ended up losing to Uncle Iroh and Gin in a master and protege kind of feel. That being said, that was before. And nowadays, outside of no longer being the AWE All-Star Champion, Cassius Bright has been on top of the world. outside of Uncle Iroh, he's been putting on unashamed bangers with tons of people. He had a fantastic match with Rinkah, had a fantastic match with Shin, had a fantastic match with Golden, had a fantastic match with, who else did he fight recently? Lloyd. Man, that match cooked, dude. The thing is, here we are, we're talking about everything, and a lot of that happened this year. There's going to be a lot of Cassius Bright matches in the discussion for Match of the Year. That being said, there's a world where he might not win it either. We have other matches like Yukiko versus Sayaka Maizono, Ticket to Paradise. This is just like in this new era of the AWE. Oh, the matches they've been cooking. We've been like marinating them. We've been seasoning them. We've been cooking them so all that flavor gets through. And just when you think you're about to take it all out of the pan real quick, someone has a random kick out at like 2.99999989. As Clyde's calling this one, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show on the road. Let me move this microphone a little bit so I can see the screen in its entirety. Oh man, Kaito Momota. It is, I guess he's more akin to magenta or pink. I was gonna say it's purple versus purple right now, but right now, Kaito going strong at this. We know Team WA is no stranger to winning matches by countout, so I would not be surprised, admittedly, if we see this thing end by countout, because we're already at count of 4. Can you imagine this thing ends like that? Can you imagine? I couldn't, and I don't want to, so let's hope it doesn't happen. We are at a count of 7. Y'all don't think. Okay. In by 8, it is pointing over to Waluigi. Waluigi is number 1. But is he really number 1? I think there's somebody else in the AWE that we could consider number 1, as these two are getting ready to do some tag team maneuvers together. Double shot to the gut. Cassius Bright now in. Cassius goes out of the ring and back into the ring. Hurricane Rana catches tag team champion Wario. And, ooh, try to go for a jumping moonsault, but a drop kick onto from Wario onto Cassius Bright as well. Oh man, look at this! His entire body on the line as he goes crashing, cannonballing into Cassius Bright, tossing him back in the ring, and Kaito stopping him. Gets Cassius a second to breathe. Wario back up. A step faster than Mr. Bright, tosses him in the corner. Turns him backwards, not sure, ooh, a shot right to the back. And an elbow right to the face, Cassius with a reversal. Oh, nice roll-up there. Okay. There's been some real nice roll-ups as of late. I don't know who's been cooking with these roll-ups, or who's been on a seminar on roll-ups in the AWE, but whoever's done it. Hey, maybe they need a little raise, not for nothing. Tossed into the, into the corner. Wario getting dragged over to the other side of the ropes, which is interesting. Made it all the way over there as well. Oh, what is Cassius Bright thinking? Drops Wario off the ropes. DDT through the middle rope. And look at that, like myself, everybody, this is awesome, man. All the audience in the front row on their feet, except for that guy over there. Screw that guy. Unless maybe he's got a bad leg, in which case, good on him. But like literally everyone in the front row in their on their feet except for that one person, even that kid. Crazy. Calling for it. Cassius still thinking about doing some diving. Turns into it. Alright, Cassius. And then going after Waluigi as well. Knee strike right to the head. Okay, Cassius has been taking it to both of the tag team champions right now. And on the outside of the ring, is this gonna hit? True nature. Of all things, Cassius Bright is going wild right now. Gets him. We're at a count of 5, and I'll be real. Waluigi might be saying, hey, you stay down there. Count of 8. Not count of 8 yet. Oh, but Cassie's not happy about this in the slightest. Oh! Dude, his neck. Oh, that's one of the most like, so there's a couple moves in the AEW that are just uncozy that get you cringing, man. And you don't see them like all too often, but that's one of them that you see the most often. That apron DDT, the hardest part of the ring, that could just have your neck turn into an accordion. I ain't here for that, man. That one is tough. That one's tough work, that being said. Cassius is really fighting a 2-on-1 battle right now, and it doesn't have to be. Kaito's completely fresh. Cassius is beating the tag team champions literally by himself. Tosses him into the corner. Went for a tag team finisher there. And now Wario's the one in full control. But a tag still, no, a tag not. Oh, tag did get made. Hold on a minute. What do they got going on here? Drop kick. I'll tell you what, but I will point out, Wario is the one who's been like making his way to the outside pretty much every single time. Kick to the back. Elbow drop to the heart. And a count of 4, Kaito up to the top rope. And a big old splash. We call his finisher the moon landing, or his double foot stomp the moon landing. That was more like a a Mars rover with the airtime that he just had over that top rope. Goes for the pinfall. Admittedly, this is a great decision by Kaito. Goad Waluigi out because Wario is hurting bad. And Kaito now is the one who's doing a little 2v1. Calls him up. And falling drop kick. Kaito Momota has a signature finisher, instead goes to tag in Cassius, and now Waluigi is back in play. Oh, caught him, dude! And a kick to the chest as well, Cassius. Alright, Cassius and Kaito. Right now they're cooking the tag team champions, but that don't mean they're gonna win. That does not mean they're gonna win. Cassius not able to hit him with that kick. Seen Cassius do that kick every so often, usually hits him right in the chest. But it's a hard move to really get the distance right on, especially with larger opponents like Waluigi. Oh, look at that. Has him up on the shoulders. Cassius able to get behind him. Shot to the knee again. Trying to weaken that Waluigi kick. Wario's just, you know, in the background, not having a good time. A couple big shots, couple big hits. Half and half suplex. And a tag's been made to Kaito Momota, Luminary of the Stars. Ooh, wait a minute, out of nowhere! Drops the elbow to the heart. 1, 2. Oh, yo, first of all, Wario, you certainly wouldn't have made it if you had decided, oh, he's not going for the tag finisher. He said, I do it on my own against the world. He's going for the pinfall. 1, 2. That's resiliency, and here's the other part. Kaito still has one finisher left. Tags in Cassius, who got a signature and a finisher. They're about to cook the tag team champions, ladies and gentlemen. He was going for that super kick as well. And now Waluigi, he's going for a little bit of cheap maneuvers, scraping at the eyes of Cassius Bright. And at this juncture, at this point in the match, I think he's gotta. Tag's been made to Wario. Wario goes for a cheeky pinfall. That's not even one. It ain't even. It ain't even. Went for a punch there. Wario, at the very least, does have a finisher. It looks like they may be trying to use that tag team finisher, but Waluigi may have just ruined it for them. Because Cassius Bright just stood up real quick and said, it's time! It's Cassius time! With that suplex. There's something special about that man. Ran through off the... How'd he do it? I never. He was like, let me get some stank on this thing. Ran off the ropes and then did all of that. Oh, look at that. Kick right to the jaw of Wario. Lifts him right back up. He may be thinking tag team finisher. Oh, but a reversal again by Wario. He needed that. Boy, did he need that kick to the gut. Oh, no, you don't think. Oh, no. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's disgusting. That's despicable. He might have knocked him out. I don't think Cassius Bright can breathe right now. I was gonna say, you can't breathe, you can't fight, you can't kick out. You still got him up, clothesline. We know Wario has that pop-up powerbomb. This could be a big turning point if they're able to at least get that kind of damage on Cassius. Bright turns him around. Up in the sky, drops him down. Has burned all of that bar, and a tag's been made. Hurricane Rana, however, catching Waluigi. Cassius Bright going to tag Kaito back in, who once again, because Cassius has been in the ring most of the time, but still fine, is completely fresh. Couple shots to the gut, and now no longer completely fresh. Call it commentator's curse. Lifts him up. Has him in the corner. Punch to the jaw. Once again, we talked about it. But look at that. Not for nothing, he said, okay, you know what? That might have hurt me a little bit, but it ain't hurt me enough. Drop kick right to the ear. With that kind of precision, honestly could have bursted an eardrum. Has them in the corner, and ladies and gentlemen, these two are looking like they're gonna hit a tag team finisher here. Oh no, what is going on? Muscle Buster! Is Cassius doing the moon landing himself? Oh my gosh! And we have to point out, if they want to do that again, it could be the end of the match. Oh, Waluigi with a much-needed reversal. Oh, into a submission, but look who's still so fresh. Claps both of the ears of Waluigi. Waluigi with a reversal as well. Tossing Cassius into the ropes, goes underneath. Waluigi does have a finisher and hits that back elbow, gets that signature right across the face of Cassius Bright, who still does not have a signature. Would have been able to kick out, but Kaito comes to help. This could be the beginning of the end. If they hit both of those tag team finishers, oh, you know, I said it could be the beginning of the end. I meant, oh my gosh, Waluigi with the reversal of a lifetime. Because that would have made them dead in rights. Tag's been made though. Kaito back in. Has him up on the shoulders. And double knees to the gut. This we're all like watching with bated breath, but this might be it. 1, 2. They cooked the tag team champions. They just cooked the tag team champions. They did it. And I'll be real, I'm not surprised. But to think someone was so dominant just this past Friday, it's all about a change in scenery. And we may see that Cassius Bright through the ropes DDT. And we saw, this is how it all started. Cassius Bright essentially 2-on-1 both the tag team champions for about 5 to 7 minutes. On the outside of the ring, hit the true nature of all things, hit super kicks to Wario. And in the end, with the help of Kaito, who was able to hit his signature and then also able to hit the other side. It was incredible. Was able to burn resiliency on Waluigi, and at that point it was like they know how to get this job done. This is where we start to saw the beginning of the end. Another super kick right behind the ear, under the chin, bam, on the Wario. Wario, however, used the stank face, used the cheeks on Cassius. Cassius getting the shoulder up, did not have resiliency. And this is where I believe it was all over. Yes. Kaito getting that victory. Cassius pointing to the side there. And look at those boys. Look at those boys. Oh, man. Hey, you know what? That does feel right. Hey, good on him. Cassius Bright, Kaito Momota just pinned the tag team champions. I want to say with ease. Admittedly, I want to say with ease as stars go. Black, I don't know what to tell you at this point, but they sure got the job done. Pop us there real quick. It is about triple threat time. As we talked about earlier, as I grab my controller real quick. As we talked about earlier, we had a fatal 5-way match At Scars and Stripes, it will be Yuri, it will be Rinkah, it'll be Neo, the three who are competing tonight, versus Hina and Panette. Hina, who will be entering last because she got the pinfall in that Fatal 5-Way match, and then Panette, who will be entering first because she's the one who ate the pin. Looks bad for Panette in a standard gauntlet match, but we've seen people run 4 other people in a gauntlet match before. Can Panette be the one who runs to a very end and runs to her first singles championship in the AWE? I'm not sure, but tonight, the other three, they're going at it. We'll see who would have won between the three of them as the stars go. Black. Who's out? Okay, well, answered my question. I was about to say, who's out first? Who's next? For lack of better terms, here comes Rinkah. Now, representing the tribe. I mean, hey, they're not wrong at all. Pilot, what you doing? Don't. I'm sorry. I looked over there and I said, Pilot, what you doing? And they just started like swimming against the glass towards me. I was like, okay. I just wasn't expecting that. He doesn't usually do that immediately. He'll usually be like, you coming over here to give me food? Some snackage? And I was like, that's not what was going on, my buddy. He did that and then he just started swimming elsewhere. I don't know. He's tripping. Anywho, Rinkah's in this match. Rinkah had a hot start to the start of this year, I suppose, but had lost her AWE championship by finding two very worthy opponents. One in Neo and one in Hina. Hina first, who pinned her, and then Neo right afterwards. I would love to get my water bottle over there, actually. I'll get it in between matches. Anywho, at Ticket to Paradise, she lost by getting pinned again by Hina. Right now, Hina's got 2 pinfall victories on Rinkah. Can you imagine if Rinkah and Hina are the last 2? Hina pins her for a 3rd time. That's a possibility. And I'm sure at this point it's Rinkah's worst nightmare. But let's see how this all plays out. Because even though Rinkah has been pinned by both Neo and by Hina, she's never been pinned by the current AWE champion. Yuri! See, there's other things that I can do while I'm standing sometimes, you know, you guys? Yeah, there's a little bit more freedom. Anywho, right now it is Yuri. Yuri here loves to compete, said she's the reason why this Fatal 5-Way Gauntlet match is happening. She said, I want all of them. All 5 of them. I'm knocking out everybody who has a claim to the AWE Championship right here, right now. And let's see how she does it, admittedly. Talk to him, announcer. As we were talking about it, Yuri said she wanted all of those competitors in one match. It'll be a big gauntlet match. I'm sure at this point, I can't imagine. So here's the thing. I know Yuri is like gonna be a fighting champion. That's why she said, give me everybody. It's a bad decision for a champion, not for nothing. But I guess there was a world she could have come in last. But now that that's just not true. At the very least, she's gonna have to beat 2 people. There's also a world where she will come in second and will have to beat everybody to retain her championship. That is a worst case scenario, but I'm sure Yuri is the type of competitor who welcomes it. And speaking of welcoming a challenge, she is a woman who made a name for herself by pinning what seemed to be a initially indomitable Rinkah. Pinned. She's pinned 2 current champions, but she could not make it 3. Third time was not the charm. She pinned Rinkah while she was champion. She pinned Hina while she was champion, but while Yuri was champion, they went one-on-one. Was not able to get the job done, saying, hey, I know you pinned me, but I still want a shot at the championship. It's different when the title's on the line. When the title's on the line, I'm bringing my A game. Nobody's ever pinned me in a championship, an AW championship match, because I've only had the one, and it's never been one-on-one. Unfortunately for Neo, it's not one-on-one this time either. Neo is gonna once again potentially be fighting an uphill battle. At the very least, she's gonna have to win 2 one-on-one matches. At worst, she's gonna have to win 4. You know what I'm saying? See how it all plays out though. It's Rinkah, it's Yuri, and it's Neo. Triple threat rules, no disqualifications. Clyde's calling this bad boy. Sammy's taking really a couple days off. Yuri? I was gonna say Yuri, I'm definitely not accidentally in control of you. 1 pinfall wins this thing. Can you imagine? There's a couple scenarios that are interesting that could happen here. And let's talk about it. So, if we talk about Neo pinning Yuri, it's the 3rd time that she's pinned a current champion. We talk about Neo pinning Rinkah, that's, what, 2 times that she's pinned Rinkah. Once when she was champion, once when not, and in that case, she just has her number. If we take a step back, let's talk about Yuri. Yuri has pinned Neo, but has never pinned Rinkah. Could be the first time that she pins Rinkah, making it so she's pinned everyone in that match before. Which is kind of interesting, you know what I mean? Because she has pinned Panat, just not in... I'm not sure if actually she's been the one to get the pin on Panat while she's been feuding with Rakata Song. I actually don't know if that's the case. So, oh man, hold on a minute. That's something to look into to see if Yuri's ever even pinned her. Like, we know that Panat has pinned Yuri, but I don't know if we've seen Yuri pin Panat. That's worth looking into. Not for nothing, but I believe she probably has, but it's a toss-up at this point. Let's talk about, in Rinkah's case, though. Rinkah pinning the current champion would raise her stock again, saying, hey, you've never pinned me. But let me talk about it. I've pinned you now. And if she's able to pin Neo, she can put that to rest, saying, hey, you pinned me that one time, now I got one on you as well. As this matchup continues, triple threat rules. And we talked about Neo, who could finally pin Yuri, saying, you know, triple the three-peat. The three-peat. I think that is the biggest tantalizer that could happen in this one. But right now, it's 1v1 because Neo's stunned. Nobody's got a signature built up, but look at this. Heavy hands by the champion going after Rinkah and a suplex into a cutter position. Pulling that leg up, but broken up real quick by Neo. Big chop, almost right under the armpit to Yuri, and a kick right across the chest. And a drop kick and then falling onto Yuri as well, but Rinkah did not go down. And does go down this time, but look who gets the roll up from behind. 1. Not even. Not even in this triple threat match, and I'll be real. There's a big chance this triple threat match might just serve, for real, for real. Going again after Yuri, dragging her center of the ring. It is Rebllion Sunday, and Rinkah saying, hey, there's no DQ. It's triple threat rules. Russian leg sweep by Yuri. Kind of popping up afterwards, too, in an incredible motion. Ooh, and out of nowhere, moonsault. She's going crazy. Right now, everyone's got that signature built up. That's something to watch. We could see signature hit, signature hit, signature hit. Rinkah waiting for her to come back in here. Kendo stick. Oh, not to the head of Neo. Neo just had that signature blocked, but also blocked the vertebreaker. Rinkah now walking outside saying, all right, you guys can't have all the fun. Waits for Neo to finish first. Backs up, and then hits her from behind. Rinkah lying in wait saying, alright, let's do this. Oh, but look at this. Yuri back in control, tossing Rinkah into the barricade. And oh my gosh! Ooh, ooh! There's the angle that hit Yuri? Oh my gosh, her jaw and her chin. It was like an uppercut with a kendo stick. Goodness great, that hurt, man. That hurt me. For someone who owns a kendo stick, that's crazy work. Neo saying, yeah, it's exactly what I wanted. Looking to get a little bit of the stress from taking, ooh, oh my gosh. She landed that right on the, right onto the kendo stick. But we're seeing the first actual signature of the match be hit. And it is, but look at that second signature of the match. They both got choke slams for signatures. That's kind of crazy. Look at this. Both hitting their signatures. Rinkah's the one who's down, lifted right back up. And not tossed into the ring. Reverse there. Rinkah following Neo, not going after Yuri. Taking her eyes off of the prize, taking her eyes off of the champion, and once again, remember, not false count anywhere. Is the thing, this thing has to finish in the squared circle. Rinkah too busy celebrating, and then Yuri catches a boot right to the jaw as Neo's looking to get what from under the ring? Another kendo stick. Boys and girls, and those who don't prescribe to either of those specific genders. Feels like a dojo match we got here, except it's not 2 out of 3 falls, for real, for real. That's what we're looking at right now, and look at that jumping neck breaker. Oh, I was gonna say, Rinkah's freaking out. It's because Yuri's got adrenaline in her soul, and is now going after both competitors. And does a couple push-ups. She said, you aren't ready for me at my best, but does not see the woman right behind her. And Neo lifting Rinkah up, scoop slam. Ice cream scoop slam. Crawls back into the ring. Yuri looked like she was about to follow. But looked like she wanted to bring Rinkah there instead. Rinkah has no desire to immediately go back into the ring, but now starting to think about it, saying that now that she's on the outside, calling for her to get up, steps in, and goes for a cheeky pinfall. One. Ooh, just one, but look behind you. I was gonna say Yuri's right there. Off the ropes, oh my gosh, falling drop kicked her into Neo in the spear. Neo's gonna be up in time, but I want to like go back and watch what just happened. She just drop kicked Rinkah into Neo. 2 birds with 1 drop kick, my gosh. And right now they are both down. Standing moonsault. But turn around, here's the thing, if she hit that standing moonsault and stood back up with her back turned to Yuri, and she got right into the the climactic ending, I might have gone crazy. I might have been just like, my soul might have left my body. She was going for that Neo move, that Neo knee perhaps. Or that Neo neckbreaker. I think she was going for that Neo neckbreaker, but ran right into the climactic ending. Oh! Dude. Dude. That was awesome. She kicked Rinkah, ran towards Yuri to get off of the ropes, but the Neo knee does connect this time. And right now, Rinkah can't rely on Yuri. That's 1. That's 2. Does break it up. I thought Yuri was still in that corner. I want you to know, beneath the screen right now, it says 5 stars, and you know I'm feeling it, man. These 3 are going kind of crazy. And the spear! Dude, Neo also running her way back up. She jumped over her to get that spear. That's crazy. All 3 of them have hit big, fantastic moves. Oh, man. Remember when I said my soul would have left my body? And that's what it felt like. Oh, big vertebreaker hits. Into the pinfall. Resiliency not burned, but I want to point out she adrenaline up, doesn't need it. Because of that. Neo waiting for Yuri to get up. Steps in. Yuri waiting to hit that climactic ending. Neo interrupts it. I think was thinking about that Neo knee. Ooh, caught her by the knee there. And hits Neo instead with the climactic ending, saying, you can get it instead. Oh my gosh, you don't think, is she going to take advantage? She took advantage of Yuri. 1, 2. Yuri didn't have resiliency, but she kicked out. She kicked out. The heel thing to do would be to go and try and pin Neo next. Not for nothing, that would be the heel thing to do. Choke slam, may just connect, gets all of it on Yuri. Lifts her right back up, but I want to point out Neo's right there. Throws her into the corner. Watch your back. Slams her down. Look who left. Oh! Caught her with a neck breaker afterwards. Y'all, there's so much going on right now. There's so much going on right now. This triple threat match is cooking, dude. Breaks the kendo stick over Yuri's body, calls for her to get up. Is she gonna spear her on the outside? Neo says, I gotta get a piece of this action. I gotta stay up front, and I want to point out nobody's burned resiliency in this fight. Not a single soul has burned resiliency in this battle. Rinkah takes Neo down. Yuri, the champion, over in the corner, realizing she's got to get back into the ring. No, she doesn't. Oh! Oh my gosh! Okay, there's so much that we had to just analyze what just happened. Rinkah stopped Yuri from using those steel steps, hit her from behind, and when she did, the steel steps fell on Yuri's head. While she was calling for Yuri to get up, Rinkah was calling for her. Neo was able to use that moment to hit her with a springboard, what looked like leg drop turned around. Now they're both wailing away. Oh my gosh, on Rinkah, boom, face busted, but look over to the side. Rinkah forced to roll to the outside. Atomic drop, and Neo's down, and I'll tell you what, Neo has taken a big old beating recently, 1-2, and that's still not resiliency. Y'all, and now Rinkah's down. I'm sorry, Yuri's down. Yuri has to burn resiliency because I believe the Nico knee hit when I was losing my mind. Oh, she swerved out of the way. But look at that, Neo's still up and at him. Oh my gosh, did they both connect with that move? (1916-esque) hit and broken across the body of Yuri, and Rinkah's looking to steal it. 1, 2, and she does, pins the AWE champion. Yo. It took everything in this fight from all three of these ladies. They went all across the world with this one. Everyone hit their big moves. There's so many spots in this match that went wild. A chokeslam and then another chokeslam right afterwards by Neo. A close fall there. And then we're seeing this. Out of nowhere, vertebreaker, but Yuri hitting her with that move with all the stank on it too was still not enough to quite get the job done. And this was right after she had rolled to the outside. Rinkah had rolled to the outside, rolled onto the top of those steps as well. Look at this right afterwards. Neo knee connected. That's what I missed when I was too busy losing my mind. But in the end, it took one final kendo stick shot to the midsection to have it shatter and splinter into Yuri for Rinkah to get the job done in this triple threat match. Champion pinned, and this is the second triple threat match involving the AWE champion that Neo has been a part of where she's not the one who took the pin. What a match, dude. It might be hard to beat that one, as the stars go. Black, y'all, that gauntlet match, it might go crazy. It really might go crazy. Oh, man. That being said, before we get into, Akechi versus Gen one-on-one. We do have to take a stop here. I'm gonna wait for my ring crew to get themselves together. Yeah, it's gonna take them a minute. They gotta wash the. They gotta get the ropes wet, and clean them off. We'll see how it all plays out. For right now, though, what a triple threat match. We still got 2 big matches. I'll be real. It's gonna be hard to beat that triple threat match. I was losing it, dude. I'm still kind of losing it after that triple threat match. That being, oh wait, hold on. Okay, they're good to go. That's what we have, a great ring crew. We really do. So, Shin comes out to address XSP specifically, telling him, I want him to stay out of my business, or I'm gonna break his arm too. Let's get to the ring, and we'll see how this all plays out as the stars go. Oh. I'll be real. The stars have gone black. And at this point, it feels like Shin's heart has gone black too. For real, for real. Man. Yeah. It's tough, because, like, the bug hunters are so beloved. Pilot, no, I'm not giving you treats right now. Calm down. I can get you after this. Calm down. I'll get you in a second. Crazy work. He sees me moving around and looking in his direction. He's like, it's snack time? Anywho, I was talking about it, Bug Hunter, Shin. It breaks your heart to see what they've been going through, and Shin especially. It just feels like one of the true families in the AEW is kind of breaking up here. And it's all because of Onyx. But I went too far, yeah. I think we all think that Shin went too far. No, dude. I'd break his other. Oh, man. Yo, Shin's so unhinged now. Telling XSP to get out here and start explaining. It is something we've all been wondering. Why exactly did XSP get out here? You know, it's hard to believe that it's just a moral high ground, given his rich history of, you know, taking the moral low ground. But I digress, you know, maybe people change. Maybe people change. And here he comes. A man who disappeared for over a year and has found his way back. Made his way back, rather. I wouldn't say found his way. I think he probably always knew the way back. Nothing was stopping him, I suppose, except for himself. Actually, I don't know. It could have been nice stopping him. I don't know. Maybe he was being blackmailed to stay away, which, in which case, you know, blackmailers, you should maybe kept that blackmail going even stronger. That's just my opinion, you know. That's just what I say. May not be everybody's agreement, but it sure is mine. I'll tell you what. Oh man. Okay, no. Shin actually leaving? What? Oh man. Is that a... Oh man, barbed wire cover bat. Dude. Not start speaking or I'll start swinging. Yo, Shin didn't want to hear that. Shin is going through it right now. Should have just submitted himself instead. It's crazy work. Whoa! Onyx tried the same. XSP tried to submit himself? Teto and... Did I read that right? That's a Teto and his son, right? Gyreblow? Oh, he's about to take that shot. Dude, wow, hold on. There's a lot to process here. Wow. So Onyx played the same game with XSP that... Whoa, okay. Wow. That's heavy, hold on. Stars, gimme, just wow. So... That's just sick. It's that gives us a lot of context, you know? Like, for starters. Dude, I don't even know how to feel. I mean, I know how to feel about this. I'm frustrated, and I'm angry, and I'm upset. XSP essentially was put in the same situation as Chihiro. But XSP took the route that Sho said that Chihiro should have done, you know what I mean? And it would have resulted in what happened to XSP instead. Which is not XSP going to the game, but both of the people that Onyx... Dang, dude. You know, XSP is an interesting existence here in the AWE. From what I've seen him do, at the very least, he's done some vile things. He's caused a lot of problems, and admittedly, this one ain't on him. At least to my knowledge, unless he invented Onyx or he is Onyx. But at this point, that's far from the truth, at least in my eyes. XSP is, which is crazy to say because he's usually the one who causes victims. Today, or at least in this situation, he is a victim, truly and sincerely, in the realest sense. And it's kind of weird feeling, I guess, pity. Or even perhaps empathy for XSP. I don't know how to process that feeling. I'm laughing about it, but you know what? It's like serious, you know what I mean? Someone who's done a lot of terrible things, someone who's indirectly responsible for the loss of a lot of people that we care about. Shuichi and Yoimiya and Buff Doof. But to go through that specifically, I don't think I would wish that upon my... Well, I might wish it for Gentleman Justice. So maybe I would wish it upon my greatest enemy. That being said, I don't think I would wish it upon XSP. He's just he's just a guy. A villainous guy. I mean... I don't know. It's a weird karmic situation. We have a show to continue running. I need to sit on that myself. I probably talk to my general manager. I'll talk to Shin. I've talked to Shin, low-key. We've told Shin to stay away from the AWE. After what he did to Chihiro and then running in on XSP, we've said, hey, just take a little break from all of this. Allowed him to come out here and talk. Because XSP also wanted to talk, and this is, not what I was expecting exactly, you know? But I digress. It is heavy and hard feelings right now, but once again we got a show to run, and our next match is about to start as the stars go. Black. Whew. You know, it's crazy. I definitely like it. Still have to say like, oh yeah, let's get some of that energy, but like it feels like it all got sapped from me with that segment, with that realization. Whose man's is this and why is he crawling? I'll be real. This is incredibly unhinged. That's good water though. Akechi, let me catch up. He has been gone since the fight before Christmas after he sustained several injuries against Uncle Iroh in an Iron Man match. Iroh did everything to him. He dropped him on the apron, he dropped him on the ropes, on his head, on his dome several times. He put him through a barricade. Uncle Iroh hates that man. He hates him with a passion, but I'll tell you what, Uncle Iroh, as much as he hates him, Akechi hates Uncle Iroh as well. And Akechi's back. He attacked again. He's disrespected everything that he stands for, and essentially it all started honestly back at Brawloween. I want y'all to keep that in mind. He all the way back at Brawloween, he dressed up as Zuko, Uncle Iroh's nephew, someone who he is treated like his own son, you know? And that ain't cool. Let's also talk about what's happened with Gin in that time as well. Gin walking down, arm wrapped, during that time to continue getting the ire of Uncle Iroh, bring out the worst in Uncle Iroh. He attacked Gin. Attacked him again, almost missed out on the Rumble, was cleared but advised against competing. Did compete, didn't get too far in the Rumble. I think actually came out at number 1, question mark? 1 or 2, something of that nature. And tonight, we'll see what he's able to accomplish. Again, Uncle Iroh is not here with him ringside either. Again, has talked to everyone. He said he has to do this alone. He has to conquer this trauma alone so he can potentially get these wraps off his arm. We'll see if he's able to do that. I'm sure Uncle Iroh watching backstage very closely to make sure things don't get out of hand, because I'll be real, Uncle Iroh hates that Akechi. Call this thing one-on-one and starting this thing off. Again, finally getting his hands on Akechi. Has not been able to do that. But tonight he will. They're grappling, they're chaining. And immediately, Gin gets pushed down, but fires back with some claws of his own right to the face, and the grappling continues. Back into the corner. Clyde going to break them up real quick. Separation. And a cheap shot by Akechi, which doesn't surprise me in the slightest, baby. Responding back is Gin. Right now, pretty even between the two. Gin with a slight advantage, but that could change in a moment's notice, especially if Akechi is going again like this, wrenching at the midsection. But Gin able to outpower Akechi, and that's the training from Uncle Iroh. We gotta keep it a buck. Gin He's just a wee lad, but I'll tell you what, he is a strong lad because of Uncle Iroh. Strong in both heart, mind, and both heart, mind, and body. All heart, mind, and body. A fantastic trio, and look at that. Russian leg sweep. Tried to go for a standing moonsault, went face first because of Akechi being a step too fast, trying to quickly roll up. Again, hold on a minute, one. Oh, apparently was two. Didn't hear him call to, but Clyde puts up 2 fingers. Stomping at the leg, stomping at the bit. And stomp to the back as well. Unsure of what Gin is going for. Steps out of the way. Akechi lets Gin fall down to his back, and then a drop kick as well. Y'all, Akechi, he ain't the nicest guy in the room. I wouldn't even call him, it's weird. I wouldn't call him the sharpest tool in the shed, but he is a smart guy. He is a very smart guy. Hold on, look at the toes, look at the form. Excellent bridge there by Gin, kick to the back. And then drop in Gin, turned around, push back as well. What is he thinking here? Has him up on the shoulders, reversed. Oh my gosh. I thought he was going boxing, but he knocked him out with one shot. Almost Haymaker-esque. Kept up by Gin. And a couple shots, a couple kicks, and what is this? Whipping the head back and a shot to the spine. But rolled up. One, no, not even one. Gin said, nah, you're gonna need more than that. Pushes Akechi right out of the way, uses the knee. And right now, Gin saying, hey, you might have some ring rust, buddy. Or maybe it's that determination to fight Akechi after what he did. The assault, Ooh, hold on. I was gonna say the uncalled for, unwarranted assault on Gin just to get further at Uncle Iroh. Trying to personally attack everyone who's treated Uncle Iroh, or I guess who Uncle Iroh has treated like a son. Since he lost his own. Again, running up. What does he got planned? Ooh, pinpoint drop kick to the heart of the Phantom Thief. Never saw it coming. Lifts him up. Could he be thinking? Thought he was going for Cat's Claw there for a second. Was not. Akechi still hits a reversal. Unable to get that move there. I'm not sure how that happened, but look at that flip. Shades of Mojo Jojo with that monkey flip. Lift it right back up. Ooh. Kind of bridging with that thing almost. Oh, but look at this standard. Ooh. Not suplex. Dropped him. And I'm not sure what Gin is going for here, but he's up on the top rope. He's calling for something big here. And goes crashing right into Akechi. And here's the point. If he's able to burn resiliency on Akechi here, I was going to say it could be a major blow to Akechi, but he kicks him right in the top of the head. We also are going to need to point out that Akechi's got that signature on the ready. If he's able to hit it successfully, again, could be in a lot more trouble, especially if we're starting to see that stun bar be visible. Has him up on the shoulders. Drops him onto the knee. 1, 2. Kick out. Kick out, no resiliency. He's still got a whole lot of fight left. Where is he go? Of course he would. Of course he would. Punches him in the jaw. Oh, dropped him, deposited him on the back of his neck. Calls for him to get up again. That's surprising to me, low-key. I don't know what he's thinking here. Middle rope, again, no longer stunned, but gets axed in the top of the head. No. Oh, no. Hold on a minute, again, let's go. Still good, still okay. Stomps on his head. Stomping again. Tried to kick him in the back. Again, able to duck that shot, but right now, it's kind of all Akechi. This has turned the whole tide of this fight, and Akechi's slowly working up another finisher as he's banging the head again. I can only imagine the nasty, terrible things he's probably saying to Gin as well, probably reminding of the time that he beat him senseless. But Gin, one too many times he's been on that shoulder, now he knows he's got to get that reversal in. Kick to the midsection. Has him in the corner. Could he be thinking, just like Uncle Iroh, call it, baby, Ring of Fire. And I'm not sure what Gin is thinking here. Calls for him to get up. Centered, flying into that crossbody. Doesn't go for the pinfall, still not enough, but Akechi rolls out of the way. Gin unable to hit the cat's claw, unable to hit that fireball just like Uncle Iroh. Goes underneath. Or that cat's cradle, but instead gets dropped back first. And I want to point out now, Gin no longer has resiliency. It is a game of resiliencies when we talk about the AEW, when we talk about 2K25, because look at this. No resiliency and a couple stomps could be enough. Oh, but it ain't. I couldn't look. I couldn't look, but boy kicked out. Boy, did he ever. Lift her right back up, but onto the shoulders again. Come on, Gin. No. He's got resiliency now, at least, and I think he's going to have to. That's what Iroh's training can do for you, baby. You stick to Iroh's training. Oh, come on, reverse this bad boy. Yes, let's go. Get in the cat's claw. Reach deep down and wham. Hit him with it. 1, 2. Can't call it too early. I'll be real. These two are putting on a banger. Akechi rolls out of the way. Sends Gin into the corner. Nobody's burned resiliency in this fight, and this is not, this is a normal 1v1. There's no weapons, no nothing, and they're going crazy. Not for nothing, middle rope, went for a big splash. Gin saying, come on, get up. Come on, get up. Couple shots. And I want to point out, Gin now has worked up a finisher. Akechi does not have resiliency. If he's able to hit that cat's claw again, it could be curtains. Oh, no, reversing that. Not the finisher, but that reversal puts him back in control. And a scoop slam. Gin crawls into the corner. Akechi not giving him a moment to breathe. Knee strike. Goodness gracious, right to the midsection. However, Gin misses the cat's claw. Akechi might have dodged out of the way, but he doesn't miss a second time. Gets every ounce of it. From the ground, all the way up with that arc, using every ounce of power in his body, and Akechi burns resiliency, baby. And I want to point out here, fireball connects. Gin gets his, turns him around, and locks in. Come on, baby. Akechi tap out to this man. Cat's cradle locked in. Yes, he did. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, this is tense, dude. Oh, that was tense. No words exchanged. Or I guess Uncle Iroh said something to him, but oh my gosh. Again, thankfully, gets that retribution, hopefully gets the closure that he needed. And I'm not sure if Uncle Iroh just walked out there to ensure that Akechi didn't do anything afterwards. Or what. But I gotta believe what's going on between them. It ain't over. That being said, we got one match left. It's about main event time, and we gotta get right into it. I guess the real question is, are you ready? Are you ready, Freddy? We got 10 competitors, all vying for the AWE Championship. Without further ado, it's already said, so let's just get into it ASAP, shall we? It is a Gauntlet Eliminator, and they'll explain the rules to you.
The following contest is a Gauntlet Eliminator match.
Oh, you love to see it.
Are as follows. Two superstars will start in the ring. At regular intervals, a new superstar enters the match. Eliminations
every 30 seconds.
or submission. The match continues until one superstar remains, and that superstar will be declared the winner.
I am interested to see who is in this bad boy. We're about to find out together. It is, for the first time in a long time, actually, a former AWE champion. Sonic the Hedgehog, but I'll be real. I think the entire time it might have been potentially EXE who was the AWE champion. Yeah, I don't think Sonic ever won that title, did he? Oh boy, huh. Well, hey, let's, you know, what if, like, that was, no, that couldn't have been man, whatever. Sonic, hey, maybe you can win the title for the first time yourself, who knows, huh? Oh, no shot. Oh, no shot! The first two! Alright, look. This is some genuine shock, because that's crazy work. You're telling me the first two are Dr. Robotnik and Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't think the rest of this matters. I'm a viewer with you. I think we've already peaked at the start of this thing. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's incredible, low-key. King Eggman and Sonic the Hedgehog are the first two competitors in this Gauntlet Eliminator. And in 30 seconds, somebody else will come in, and I want you to point out, or I guess I want me to point out to you, Eggman, he's got that bar. If Eggman, a giant, came in at number 10 instead, that might have been close to an instant victory for him. That being said, that might not be true. Coming in that late, everybody's got finishers already on lock. And a punch to the gut, as we're about to see the third competitor already enter this thing. I'll tell you, number 9 and number 10 are gonna have, I was gonna say, either a huge advantage or no advantage. Oh, it skips. Skips for the first time in a minute, it feels like. Not the right music, but boy, yeah, that's him, Skips. And he goes after Eggman. But even still, okay, y'all, I want to be real. If Skips isn't enough to knock down Eggman, that's crazy, because Skips is crazy strong. My watch is about to die. I'll leave it on for right now, but look at this. They've already worn down that bar on Eggman. He's essentially a normal superstar already up on the shoulders of Skips. Oh. I'll be real, after an incredible performance against XSP, I don't like the fact that Oak seems to be friends with Onyx, but after not getting any sort of explanation, at the very least, Oak was very good in the ring, and having someone like that compete again is best for business. So I and my general managers can put our biases aside. You can have whichever friends you want to have, but I'll tell you what. Hey boy, wisdom. I'll tell you what, we are number. We're number 1. Robbie Rotten just got decked immediately by Eggman. And Oak's taking it to the massive Sasquatch-esque skips. Which is crazy work as number 6 is about to come in to fill out this Gauntlet Eliminator. 3, 2, 1. Leon S. Kennedy. A man from Resident Evil. It looks like the first one to walk in and immediately say, you know what, it's time for a little weaponization of, you know, weapons. Like, we have a table out here, but we gotta get some more weapons out here, not for nothing. We're about to see number 7 enter as Oak's taking it to Eggman low-key. And look at that, Leon sees this moment of opportunity. He might put Eggman immediately through a table. Skeletor, baby. Uh-oh. Eggman reversed it and knocks down the table. Skeletor searches. He says, all right. Yo, Oak is going crazy on skips. That's wild. Skips, however, real strong man's. Dropping Oak in the corner. I gotta imagine XSP probably seething a little bit to see Oak in this opportunity. Ooh, but nearly kicking up. Young Mitarai. I can't even call him Young Mitarai anymore. He's been hanging out with Deity Miku. And you know what the real deal is? I guess there's a world where Q-Taro, kind of 2. There's a world where we have 8 people in here, so we won't get 9 and 10 until 2 people get out. But what I wanted to point, oh, yikes, Eggman, just taken down. Leon kicks out. Here's the thing, everyone's starting to get finishers, just like Eggman, who just got hit with a nasty one, but still has resiliency. The thing is, once everyone gets finishers, there's a world where you just get hit with like 4 finishers in a row, double stomp to Oak, and a big boot to Robbie Rotten. Sonic just waiting on the outside there. And oh, it looked like it was going to be a big old clothesline to Skeletor from Eggman, but instead, I just heard glass break. Who just got glass broken on him in this ring? I know there's light tubes under the ring more than likely, but goodness gracious, as both of them roll out. Mitarai could be out as soon as he's in. As we said before, though, he has been hanging around with the disciples of Miku. And I was saying there's a world where Q-Taro is in that ladder match again. Is this? No. I was gonna say Q-Taro usually finds himself in that ladder match because of the Rumble, because he go crazy, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Oh, goodness gracious, tossed what at him? Did he throw a chompla at him? Yeah, I think he sure did. Over there, Skeletor and Leon. Oh, Ryota Mitarai just got rocked by Oak, but Eggman trying to take it to Oak as well, looking for a power bomb lifted up. Oh, transition into an fireman's carry drop, but look at that spinning kick by Sonic the Hedgehog, classic Sonic the Hedgehog. And up to the top rope. You don't think he's thinking. He couldn't have been thinking because Eggman said, yeah, no, none of that. Oak tossed to the outside of the ring. Leon, he's actually got room in a match with so many people. You never usually have this kind of room. Oh, drop kicked. And Leon saying, yeah, it's me. Goodness gracious, Robbie out here. Don't question his strength. Nobody's out yet. And I don't think anybody's burned their resiliency. But Skips might be the first one. As he hits that #1 face plant. Kick out. Skips does still have resiliency. It's a long uphill battle. Reversal there. Reversal as well. Both of them trying to handle Eggman right now. Kick right to the jaw. All right, I think actually the gut and a German suplex. He's about to be standing in there alone with Skips. Skips trying to punch the both of them. Mitarai back in control, trying to do this for the disciples. Elbow to the gut. We kind of know what's going on through Burnus's mind. Hopefully we get a little bit of insight on what's going to go through Mondo's mind as well. Going to talk to Uncle Iroh. Looks like he still has his sights set rather on Akechi. Oh, hold on. Kick out. And... ooh, goodness gracious. Knees to the back of Skips. Skips has been eating finisher after finisher. 1, 2, and this time he does have to burn resiliency. Oh, whoa. Almost dropped my whole water bottle. Put that right there for a second. You can't miss a second of this action. Just like that. Goodness gracious, Robbie. And look at that. Oak sending Skips into the corner. Taking a step back and goes to pick up that table. And puts it down. I thought maybe he was going to set it up, but I guess there's too many people in this ring. Skips follows up with a nasty clothesline. Skips instead says, hey, you want this table? Maybe I'll be the one to set it up, and he does. Here's the thing. Anybody goes to that table, it's a big old damage factor. Robbie might pin Eggman here. He has no result. Never mind. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? What on earth was I thinking? Ooh, hold on. Sonic and Dire. Kick out by Leon. Was that resiliency though? Because that was 2.9. No, it was not resiliency. He had none. Big shots again. Drop kick. And Eggman rolls out. Oh man. Remember, there's still 2 people left in this thing. Kick right to the midsection. It looked like Mitarai was thinking about a finish there. Ooh, Oak sending Skeletor flying with reckless abandon. Leon with the reversal. Drop kick to Skips. Ooh, goodness gracious. Sonic going crazy and rolling Mitarai into a pinfall. 1, 2. Ooh, no, just 1. I think Clyde might have gotten hit and I did not notice, but I don't think he got knocked down for too long. Ooh, dropped him on the table. Oak beginning to pick that up, but Leon catches Oak and drops Oak with a slam. Another power bomb, was it a pile, not a pile driver, a spine buster power bomb-esque combination by Sonic. And look at this, he's taken it to his old rival center of the ring. 1, 2, kick out by Leon again. Mitarai gets taken down, stairs are about to be in play now, which is crazy. Hold on, kick out at 2, Skips. He's in danger territory. We know he burned resiliency earlier, and Robbie may be burning it next. No, not quite. You have to remember, there's still 2, yikes. Ooh, double yikes. There's still 2 people in this match who have not entered yet, but they will likely be entering to a match full of people with signatures and finishers, so they might be out ASAP. We've seen it happen time and time again. Wrenching them back. And look at that, trying to burn Eggman's resiliency on the outside of the ring. Watching Eggman, it doesn't look like it happened, but look at that power bomb. It looks like he put his, not just his back into it, he put his spine and he put the rest of his body into it. Oak does have resiliency, does have to burn it. Off the ropes. Oh, but look at that. Able to step out of the way. Oh my gosh, hold on, Skips. I think just tried to murder Mitarai. I think low-key might have worked for a second. Kick out by Mitarai, who does still have resiliency, surprisingly enough. Oh, but look at this. What is Oak thinking? Tossing Skips into the, no, over the top rope. What was that? What was that? Toss into the eyes of Oak. Hold on. I think Robbie Rodden may have just cheated Oak just now. That's 1. That's 2, and that is the end of Oak in this match. Robbie Rodden with some sort of white powder into the eyes of Oak, and Robbie Rodden just paid for it right afterwards, though, dropped onto that table. Oak out first in this fight. Had admittedly a pretty good showing, but all of a sudden Robbie Rodden said, through underhanded tactics, I wonder if this is the last time we'll see the 2 of those go into action together, but look at this. Dropped again. whipped through and wrenching that head back. Trying to make Skeletor tap, or at least rip his probably greenish yellow spine out of his body, which, you know, maybe not too kosher. Ooh, elbow drop to the back. Hold on a minute. That honestly could have been enough to take Skips out. He's been hurting pretty badly in this one. That table is up again. Well, you know what? Maybe not so much. Huh? I'm not sure what you were doing there, Robbie. You kind of sat down. He was like, haha, try and run through me now. Oh my gosh. Sonic just tried to take out poor Skeletor, just trying to throw that at him. Ooh, no, his cheeks to the table. Man, I had to walk that off, dude. That hurt me, baby. That hurt me. Oh. Let's see this thing continue. 1, 2, kick out. Mitarai kicked out. I think had to, no, did not have resiliency yet, which means number 9's coming out. It is Kaveh. Word has it that I'll hate them wanted a spot in this thing, but Kaveh said, you already wasted your golden ticket. I think I should have an opportunity myself at a singles championship. I'll hate them begrudgingly said, you know what? Go for it, but when you fail miserably, we'll know just who, count 'em, who is the one who should be the alpha in this team, in this partnership, in this relationship. Heated words, admittedly, from Al Haytham. As stomp to Skeletor. Ugh! And an uppercut by Skips. Kaveh is gonna have to contend with this big old beefy boy. Skips tossing him. Ooh, but look at that. Skeletor able to get the foot up. One more pinfall, and we have every competitor in this fight. Who will be number 10 is the real question. As Skips drops Skeletor. 1, 2. Skeletor kicks out. Skeletor's kicked out without resiliency, I think. Oh my gosh, catching Skips. Egg carrier crawls into it. I think that might be it for Skips. 1, 2. I'm sorry? Yo, I thought that was it. I thought that was it for Skips. But look at this. Skeletor this time does have to burn resiliency. Mitarai kind of just stalking his prey, admittedly. Taking any shot that he can. Look at them now working together. Double super kick to Kaveh. And Eggman immediately saying, alright, well, time for me to get you. And Kaveh, who doesn't have a momentary act or rest, gets dropped by Leon. Leon then searching. Look at these big kicks to the chest by the one and only Skeletor, and Skeletor does that and immediately just leaves the ring saying, alright, well, I've done my job, time to not get pinned, yeah. Oh, but look at this Kaveh kicking that, oh wait, hold on, look, cheeky roll-up onto Robbie Rodden, 1, 2. Oh, I thought he had him. Yo, I thought he had him. I legit thought he had him. We still have one more person who's left to get in there before we really start seeing people dwindle down. Drop him onto the knee. Knee strike right to the gut. Sonic kicking Skeletor. Has him up, sends him down. Into the pinfall, picture perfect. That's 1. That's 2. No. No, nobody's trying to give up that 3. Look at that. Oh, but look. Sonic's been so focused saying, I gotta get Eggman out of here. Crawls. Does not crawl into the pin. Just looks at the lifeless body of Eggman. And Skeletor says, well, if you're not going to do it, I am. Yeah, 1, 2. I think Eggman had resiliency. He didn't use it. And on the other end over there, Sonic kicks out, but I think Sonic did not have resiliency either, at least not built up. Crazy work out here. We will be getting number 10 entering the final entrant in this match, but they'll be entering number 1 to Leon. 1, 2. Kick out. Oh my gosh. Y'all. There's a whole lot of work going on here. Punch right to the jaw. Eggman will not be getting that rematch with Makoto Naegi as he's the second person out in this fight. Number 3 was also almost young Mitarai. Where are we at? Ooh, hold on. Ooh! Ooh, y'all. I don't know how Robbie's still getting out of these. That's gotta be the end of Skips. He didn't go for the pin. He didn't go for the pin, and I think Skips just used Iron Jaw. He used Iron Jaw. Okay, Skips, he went kind of hard on that front. He was like, oh no. I'm not done yet. Hurricane Rana. 1, 2. Is Leon done? He is. Leon's out of this thing as well. We will not have a full 8 people in the ring anymore. We still have number 10 to come out. That spot is officially open. They'll be out very shortly. But I'll tell you what, Sonic might be gone before they even come out. Is he going to lawn dart him into that middle turnbuckle? Nasty, cheap move by young Mitra. I probably learned that from Miku and company. 1, 2. Sonic kicks out, but he had to use resiliency that time. And number 10 is... It is the Ultimate Pimp running in immediately. And going after young Mitarai, throws him into the corner, has him up, around down. Look at that deep arm drag coming in there with authority, coming in there with, ooh, toss him into, oh, Sonic wasn't focused on young Mitarai again. And that's 1, that's 2, and that's actually got to be Sonic. He's injured, number 1 and number 2 out of this thing. And look at this transition switch into that powerbomb. Robert Rotten gets tossed. We are at our last, what, 6 competitors? If I'm right. Yes, that's right. I'm actually looking at the bottom instead. I was like, let me see. That's 6 people. It looks like 6 people in the ring. Who is going to face off against Makoto Naegi? Will it be Skeletor? Young Mitarai? Will it be Robert Rotten? Will it be, Kave? Will it be the one and only, up and around? Oh, hold on. Kave kicked. Okay, Kave still got some fight left in him. Actually, he hasn't been hurt that much at all. Look at him. He's in the best shape ever on the outside. That was crazy what happened with Skips and Skeletor. Yo, he hit the blueprints. 1, 2. Robbie's gone. Blueprint out of nowhere by Kave. And an uppercut to young Mitarai. As he's going a little crazy, uppercut again. Kazuichi versus Kave's going right now. Skeletor just tried to take out Skips. Skips, who's been in here since, what, number 3? This is number 3, I think. And I'll tell you what, he's done since number 3. Kick out of a whole bunch of stuff, but it might be finally the end of his kicking out spree. 1, 2. That is. He's been in here for the longest haul, as we are now at your final 4. It's Skeletor. It's young Mitarai, it's Kazuichi, and it's Kave. One of these 4 will go toe-to-toe with Makoto Naegi. Dropped. Rolls out, Skeletor walking all the way around. Ooh, hold on. Mitarai catching Kazuichi over here. And catches him again with a kick. Let's look down. Skeletor has a finisher and a signature. Mitarai has a signature, has a finisher, almost has a signature. Kave, in fact, really, Kazuichi's just in the worst shape right now. He's not having a good time. Oh, look at this. Deep submission and, oh, hold on. Wait, is Skeletor gonna have to tap to this? No, I think Kave let him go. But I'll tell you what. Mitarai may be getting resiliency burned on Kazuichi. He did. That's the thing about coming in at number 10. You can have finisher after finisher hit on you, and you just become a big old target. Caught. And hit onto the knee. Turn Skeletor around. And sends him down, Kazuichi. Wait, actually, Skeletor could be gone. 1, 2, body injury. Not enough. Skeletor fights on. And running powerbomb by Mitarai onto Kazuichi. But again, Kave stops him and rakes the eyes and rakes the nose. And sends him down face first onto the mat. Lifted right back up. Kave wants to prove that he's the better one in this relationship, earning himself a championship opportunity. However, off the ropes instead. Oh my gosh, Kave rolled out of the ring and said, no, get Mitarai. Oof! And locked in deep into a submission hold as well. We got 2 injuries in this matchup to Mitarai and Skeletor, but crawling right out of that. Oh, that's interesting. I guess I have an announcement for the end of the show. Message from my general manager's chat. We'll talk about it. Oh, big kick. Went for a stomp. Wait. He was going for, it looked like the brass knuckles, I think. But Skeletor was busy diving and he never had a chance to use them. Kaveh, targeted by Skeletor, pops up and sends him down. Hurricane Rana by Mitarai, the only man stand. And he's going right towards Kazuichi again. And a kick right to the back of the neck. Tries to go for the pin instead. Ooh! Oh my gosh, several hits right behind the ear of young Mitarai. Rolls him through. Another submission hold locked in deep on an injured young Mitarai. Lets him go. Climbs to the top rope. What is Kaveh thinking? He may be saying, Mitarai, you may be groggy, may be close to knocked out. And, ooh, double axe handle, but Mitarai reverses. Catches him with a hit right to the gut. Into the ropes. Ooh, an excellent toss as well. Stands him right back up. Mitarai has a finisher. If he's able to use it on Kaveh, it could be the beginning of the end as Skeletor's stalking. Skeletor actually stalking right now. Kaveh almost stunned. Oh, but I think he might have baited young Mitarai. And he did. Mitarai was going for that final kick. And again, this time, Kazuichi, he's very much worse for wear. He might have to tap. Kazuichi taps out. Pimp Kazuichi's out of this. It's Skeletor, it's Mitarai, it's Kaveh. And Mitarai going after Skeletor. Face first. And everybody's down in this thing. Everybody's tired. Kaveh slowly getting up to his feet. Into the corner. But look behind him. Oh, he did look behind him. He caught him from behind him. Oh my gosh. Ooh, but from behind again, drops Mitarai on his forehead. Kaveh calling for him to get up. One of these 3 is facing Makoto. Oh, he called for Ryoma to get up. I'm sorry, Ryota Mitarai to get up. But instead, Skeletor's the one who's going face first into the turnbuckle. But look, oh my gosh, I was gonna say, look who's ready for him. Kaveh was the one who was ready for him, which is crazy. Turns him around again. Kaveh's locking in deep with that submission hold. Knows that the body and the legs of young Mitarai are hurting. Well, the legs aren't hurting that bad, so I'm not sure why he did that submission as he gets spiked by Skeletor. Has the arm. And he goes stomping. The wheels on the bus go stomp, 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 apparently. Stood right back up. Kick to the side of the head. Couple more weakening shots right behind the ear. Locks in deep, yanks Skeletor's head back. Once again, lets him go, which is interesting maneuver. And Mitarai just tries to steal the pin on what might be a knocked out Skeletor. 1, 2, and it is. It's Mitarai, it's Kaveh. One of them will go one-on-one. Spine buster. One of them will go one-on-one with Makoto. Right now, they both have resiliency, but it looks like Mitarai's burned his. Who will be the one? I will say, Kaveh has pulled out more submissions than I would have ever expected today. Mitarai trying to get out of the way. Oh, but that misstep might be exactly what Mitarai needed. Turns him around. Elbow drop to the chest. Goes for the pinfall. Is that gonna be enough? 1, 2, is that resiliency? It's not. Kaveh still survives. Kaveh survives. That's just 2. Look at this, lifting him up. What is going on down there? Oh, it ain't over. Big boot right across the face. Turns him over. Double stomp right onto the cheeks, face brushed. Trying to separate the skin. And he's climbing to the middle rope, giving Mitarai a second to recover before bouncing his fist right on top of his head. And he's calling for something. I can't say I know what. He said, I'm gonna finish him. He's dragging him towards the center of the ring. There's no rope break, so I'm not entirely sure why. Lifts him up one more time. Kick to the midsection. Thought he was gonna go for a finisher there. Not the case. Drops him fist first. Again, dragging him center of the ring. Kaveh, really unsure what Mans is doing. Oh, but I'll tell you what he's doing now. He might be getting outsmarted by Mitarai. 1, 2. Kick out. Thought Mitarai might have had it, or at least had resiliency there. But I want to point out Mitarai does indeed have... does indeed have a finisher, and we know his finisher from up here, and he may be calling for... Look at him. Look at the blood and the bruises, but... Miku would be proud, and that's 1, that's 2, and that's gotta be resiliency from Kaveh. It is. It's anybody's match. It's anybody's game, but look at that. Face buster. Reverse the finisher. That could have been all she wrote for Mitarai, but the finisher was indeed reversed. Kaveh reverses right back. It's the first big move, and that big kick right there might have honestly been enough. But Kaveh, realizing it's not gonna be enough, climbs to the top rope. Elbow drop right to the throat. Right to the throat. Oh my gosh. He might have crushed his trachea. He might have crushed his throat, his windpipe. Al-Haytham did not believe in him. But tonight, he made believers out of everyone. Kaveh versus... Yo, this is Kuzu's worst nightmare. Kaveh versus Makoto Naegi at Scars and Stripes for the AWE Championship is real. Well, that's fine by me. What a shock, dude. What a shock. I thought for a while it was Kazuichi. Then at the end there, I was like, oh, Mitarai's going crazy. But they kept going back and forth at the very end. An elbow drop right to the throat. Ugh. Dude. Despicable and nasty behavior. Congratulations, as we talk about our show. Congratulations once again to Kaveh, who will go one-on-one with Makoto for the AWE Championship as we keep on keeping on. Gin got a measure of, and we'll just talk about that one last. Rinkah, with a kendo stick to the champion, pinned Yuri. There's a lot of story that's going on in this little trio here. Rinkah pinned the champion, and Neo was not involved in the decision. Neo in triple threat matches, they ain't friends apparently. Kaito and Cassius decimated Team 1. Decimated. Completely destroyed them. Dusk, honestly, was getting bopped by Mikan in the first 2/3 of this match, and then after a comeback and one big reversal of Mikan's finisher, and as she was standing up, immediately hit that DSC. Hey, what can I say? But this is where we have to end by talking about this. It was Akechi. And it was Gin. Gin finally trying to push past that trauma before Akechi would even try anything else, and it didn't look like he was going to try anything else. He was just kind of like in his own head after that loss. Iroh came out, and I'll be real, there was a tense stare down. Well, I can tell you the results of that tense stare down. Iroh wants to put Akechi out for another 6 months. Akechi was not really okay with that. He said, I don't know if I want Iroh, you know, in some sort of intense match. And Iroh said, you can have a shot in my AWE All-Star Championship at Scars and Stripes as long as I get to decide the stipulation. With a nervous look, Akechi agreed. And a few moments later, the look on his face went from nervousness to pure terror. As Uncle Iroh said, with our general managers present, that match for the AWE All-Star Championship will be a coffin match. A casket match, and he plans to put Akechi away. He said, I will end your career and then close the casket on it as well. Akechi's got to survive Iroh. He doesn't have to win the match, but boy does he have to survive. If he wins, hey, he becomes champion. Goodness gracious, here. Real quick, let's check our news. Mitarai injured, Skeletor injured, Sonic injured, and Iroh entered the ring and confronted Akechi in a tense stare down. The crowd roared in anticipation as these two rivals stood their ground and sized each other up. It was a moment to be remembered. That stare down has led to, as the stars go, something a little crazy. Something a little crazy, you guys. Tonight, no, not tonight. Next Sunday is the last show before the dreaded Scars and Stripes. I will say that next Friday, I'm sorry, yeah, I guess we can say next Friday, which will be Scars and Stripes, is going to be an intense show. We now have a coffin match on the card. So get excited for that. And now officially, surprisingly enough, it is Kaveh versus Makoto one-on-one for the AWE Championship. Oh man. We will have a triple threat match with one representative from each of the teams next Sunday to decide who, or rather what the title match will be for our triple threat tag team match for the Flame Tribes Tag Team Championships. And I'm excited to find out how it all plays out. I, however, am taking off. This was Rebllion. Until next Sunday, get ready, get hype, and toodaloo flight crew. Thank you for watching.